6:25, Remembrance Day they call it. Monday, November 11th, 2024. About 15 minutes ago, Maverick jumps on my bed for the first time. Didn't seem too playful with the finger making the mouse noises under the blanket, because he used to love to play to bite that or attack that. But he's recognizing it. After being on the bed, he went to poop a third time, and it was a brownish pudding. It was more liquid than the other two during the night. And but again, no effort to cover it. But after the second time, where I tried to get him to come to me and didn't go show him to do a better job, because he used to cover his poop a lot better, but it did go down even when I lived with him. He did make a little bit less effort. So now I just brought him food right away, because then he gets excited, and after food is when it usually goes through a cleaning process anyways. I didn't want him to jump back on the bed, because that was a wetter brown poop. And hello. And he's doing the sneezing thing a little bit, but maybe less. It's nice to hear him purr. He's excited about food, but he's also worried about getting in trouble for pooping. But sadly, the last time I woke up during the night, I had enough confirmation of his behaviors for my worst fears, and my worst fears is that he very likely left because he thought I was mad at him, or that he had failed, or that he'd been a bad cat. That's probably why he left the motorhome within, hours of returning from Kitkatla. So I've been treating him with this trauma and misunderstanding of the situation, where I also knew that, I already knew that I didn't leave there with him because I was a bad cat, and it's other people that were the bad cats. I'm telling him, anti-Deb bad. Okay. No, keep cleaning. Anti-Deb bad, anti-Debra bad, Maverick good, Martin good. Because I told him over there, like, it was so wild when he went through, but still, always fairly short periods of time of him wanting to go back and set his territory, going back outside, even though he'd been chased, even though he'd been given injuries, he'd want to. And that's why when he started to see me pack in the last, let's say 12 hours I was there, is he came and rested on me when I was on the couch, not just beside me. It's almost like he was trying to ask for forgiveness. He was trying to show me more love and say I'm a good boy. But I already knew he's a good boy. That's what makes me sad. So many people, Maverick is good. Maverick is a good kid. I love the Maverick. I've left so many kids, let's say I worked with 3 to 5 year olds, and then I had to stop having my heart broken because they cry when I leave, but they didn't fail. It's the adults that failed. It's always the adults that fail as a norm. The youth. And I tell you, over there, there's people in charge are sure blaming the youth while they're creating their own miseries, their own pathologies. They're not creating the opportunities for mental health and for education, and they feel good about blaming others, and they haven't gone very far in their own personal development. So, but it's not just there, it's everywhere. It's not just indigenous, it's non-indigenous. It's not just in Canada, it's all the countries. More and more as our species devolves and undergoes the devolution that created the Anthropocene, and also more and more towards an egocentric worldview. Extreme of the spectrum is people that are really not admirable in any way or respectable. They'll blame so many others. And I picked up most of the poop except the last one he did. I really covered it well, but everything else is in a bag with a twist tie. So I'm gonna go see again, but I'm not letting him jump on my new white sheets on my bed after this. And I'm gonna say a big no if he looks up there. But it's usually adults failing youth. It really is. I mean, I've seen it again in recent places of volunteers, and they need to do the work. So like, there's a place here they kept saying, "No, this your cover letter has to be written this way." So I added a paragraph. I said, "A condition for me to work there part time in your preschool is definitely that I give workshops for all staff and parents. Don't go into bed, okay? You gotta give yourself a cleaning. Clean yourself before you go into bed, okay?" Oh yeah, you can see there's litter a little bit on this bum bum. Well, don't eat the litter, but and then when it's adults being failed, when there's no youth involved, then it's the elites who are also everybody's adult children. When they're adults, they're not really grown-ups. But when the majority of the clientele are adults, like a nation, it's their elites that are failing. So the norm fails, and the bigger blame goes to the older ones or the ones in authority roles. It's what's happening now all over the world. So they have to stop blaming, desperate youth or desperate families trying to save themselves. Maverick is a good kid. Maverick was amazing what Maverick went through. He went through wonderful things in Kit Kat like a champ. Kept trying, kept working hard. You did not fail. Maverick is a good kid. It's Auntie Deb that failed.